What are inclusions, what are exclusions, and what is all the stuff that's up for debate in between? Stay tuned and we're going to fill you in. I'm Jackie Othan with the Othan Group, and if real estate topics are of interest to you, you want to make sure to subscribe down below and remember to turn that bell on for notifications so you don't miss updates from our team. The inclusions that run with the property are normally determined by the agent and the seller prior to putting the home for sale. Normally things like light fixtures and window coverings and appliances are inclusions, but it's really important every single time that you do a transaction, when you go to purchase a condo, when you go to purchase an investment property or your home, that you clarify that every single thing that you assume to be included, like drapery, like rods, like the fridge, the stove, the dishwasher, the washer dryer, all of those, you want to make sure that they are actually in your offer as inclusions. You want to be careful because drapery panels, if they're not included, you might find out on closing day they've been removed by the seller. So you want to make sure that all the inclusions are spelled out, including that beautiful gas barbecue in the backyard. Could that be considered a chattel that is movable throughout the property, or a fixture because it's attached to a gas line? Regardless of the interpretation, you want to make sure that inclusions are clear as well as exclusions on that paperwork. Exclusions, things that the seller wants to take, they don't want you to have. For example, a beautiful chandelier that somebody gifted them for their home anniversary or their move-in. Exclusions for other people may be staging panels. The stagers have brought in drapery panels and the stagers excluding them. You want to make sure that you read carefully and thoroughly understand the exclusions just as well as the inclusions, because you don't want to be caught off guard moving into a home thinking you've got drapery panels or window coverings or the shed and to find that's actually been moved from the property. Inclusions and exclusions can create tension if they're not clearly outlined between sellers, buyers agents, and sellers agents alike. So you want to be really clear and finite on what's included, what's excluded, and I'm going to tackle now what the other stuff in between is that could be up for discussion. Pieces are up for discussion. It doesn't often happen, but I've seen it happen so many times in the real estate industry that to me, sometimes it seems like a strange thing. It becomes the norm. Sometimes there are things that a buyer is interested in that is not identified on inclusions or exclusions, but does beg the question of, is it included? Or is it not included? So that's not the family cat. When they're moving out of their house, do not ask for the family cat. That does not go over well with sellers, but it could be something like the patio set that fits perfectly around the poolscape. Sometimes you can gently ask for that stuff. I've had clients ask for pool tables or anything else in between that's really unique, or home theater setup in the theater room. You want to make sure that you ask, but that you ask very carefully and very gingerly, because you don't want the seller to know that you must have those items, because you and I all know what that means. That means the price just went up. So it went from being included to being a price tag associated with it, and realtors don't love to sell furniture. We don't love to be involved in the pieces that are for sale or not for sale. We like to be involved for the property. And we want to make sure that you get the property you like, but don't count on things that are not either included or excluded, because the seller's already at the outset said these things are included, these are excluded. And when you're looking at something that's excluded, for example, the beautiful chandelier, you make sure that your offer says that you want that to be replaced with something of like value or lighting, so that you don't just walk into a house with no fixture above the dining room. You want to make sure that there's a light fixture there, either of like cost or something that you choose. You want to make sure that that's clearly outlined in the offer in advance before you go ahead and finally accept that offer. So remember, inclusions, exclusions, and everything in between. Good luck, happy hunting.